Arena. We start with women's singles. Would you please welcome from Ukraine, Elina, Svitolina.
She made the quarterfinals last year and she's looking to go one better here, Elina Svitolina. She's certainly spent a bit of time on this court and would be happy to be back taking on Osaka.
And her opponent, the reigning US Open champion from Japan, Naomi Osaka.
And the Japanese superstar, Naomi Osaka. Wow, what a breath of fresh air for the game of tennis. Very popular all around the world, and especially after famously defeating Serena Williams in the US Open final. And she's had to also work pretty hard to get on through to this year's quarterfinal. Had a little bit of a battle against Su Wei, down a set and 4-1. And as we just take a look at the temperature, 23 degrees, becoming sunny, quite humid today, up around 60 or 70% humidity out there, so that's a little higher than what we've had. Not too much wind, and just once again, really ideal conditions before it really starts to heat up over the next couple of days. They're expecting 38 and 40 degrees over the next few days, so this will be the last of the ideal weather temperatures for these players as we're getting down to the business end of the Australian Open. Women's quarterfinals action today here at Melbourne Park.
We have Amy here for the coin toss. So ladies, if I could get a photo, please, both sides, first side, this side. Amy, turn around. And then just quickly this way. Okay. So ladies, same match conditions as before, just a couple of reminders. Hawkeye, 3+1 for the tiebreak if you're challenging nice, clear, prompt. And the third set, 6 games all, it's a 10-point tiebreak. Shot clock, please be mindful of that. Any questions? Nope. Amy, who would you like to call? Naomi, it's Rod Laver or tennis ball ANZ? Rod Laver? Rod Laver it is. Serve. Okay, have a good match.
Beautifully done, Amy. One more time for Amy Finlay.
And it's a very good morning to Liz Smiley. Liz joining me for this call, and you'd have to say it's Naomi Osaka coming in as the 4th seed would probably be the slight favourite.
Yes, but it's going to be a good match, isn't it, Josh? You're going to have a lot of contrast. Svitolina, residents of Monte Carlo, of course, from the Ukraine, age 24, right-handed, WTA rank is 7. She won the year-end championships last year, beating Sloane Stephens in the final.
It really was the highlight of the year. She also won Rome on clay, Dubai early in the year, in Brisbane. So a lot of her points and the bulk of her success came at the start of 2018 and struggled a little bit through the middle part of, in the back end of the year. But wow, that result winning in the end of year championships in Singapore was sort of out of the box for me and has set her year up nicely for 2019. We take a look at the stats here, the physical journey. This girl has worked so hard to get through to the quarterfinals, and if you have a look at that, she has worked the hardest of any of the players left in the tournament. The most sprints, the most kilojoules expended, the most high intensity changes, the work rate. She's worked super hard. So
yeah, 6 3/4 hours she spent on court. Golubic in the first round, Kuzmova in the second. That one against Shea Su Wei, she was down and then found her way back and won 7-5 in the third. And against Madison Keys also, she was in all sorts of trouble in the end of the second set and came back and won 6-1 in the third convincingly.
All right, Naomi Osaka resides in Boca. Born in Osaka in Japan, just 21 years of age, currently ranked world number 4. She was, at the age of 3, she moved to the States with her parents and family and really has been on the radar as a superstar player. That's how highly touted she's been since a very young age. Racked up nearly 8 million in prize money, and the two highlights really coming last year was the win at Indian Wells against Daria Kasatkina, and then that unbelievable story where she came out of the woodwork to beat Serena Williams to win the US Open. A finalist in Tokyo, but she's really trying to cement herself really at the top of the women's game.
This time last year, Naomi Osaka, her ranking coming
3
into the
minutes.
Australian Open was 72. So that goes to show what kind of a year she's had. Of course, the big one was the US Open.
All right, her physical journey, Naomi Osaka, the 4th most in total work. I think the hitting load stands out there for me. She's the 2nd most because she is a physical athlete. The way she loads up, uses the legs, and a real powerful ball striker. And her journey really pretty comfortable early on against Magda Linette, then Zidansek, but it got a little tricky there against Sue. I know you called that match, Liz, and then
7-5-4-1, she was down. I mean, Shea Sue is an unusual player. She gives you lots of angles, lots of spin. And then the next round as well, she lost the first set and won 6-4 in the third. So she spent almost 6 hours on the court, so not much difference.
all right, Simon Canavan